Hello and welcome to the show. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Jalopy. This is a rather fascinating little driving adventure kind of game. Really clever idea. It's currently very early in early access, so there's only a couple of stages. However, it is a really rather interesting idea. So this is your Jalopy. It's a Lakia Deluxe something. I can't remember actually. Hold on, let's have a look. If we get trapped by the door, we do have a owner's manual in here. Oopsie, I'll have to get in then to have a look. Right, there we go. Lakia 601 Deluxe. I'm not sure there's a huge amount in the way of deluxe really about this vehicle. The aim of the game is you are trying to you start off in Germany. You're trying to get across Eastern Europe back to, I think it's your uncle or your granddad's kind of homeland. You're trying to go back across Europe basically. The game is, or the routes are split down into days. You pick a route. I have already picked one. A reason being is when you pick a route occasionally, or it often desyncs my recording software, so I just picked a route to start with. You pick a route. They have 3 different options. Some are longer than others. For example, these 3 here that we had a choice, each of them have got little petrol stations, so we can stop for fuel along the way, and it's basically your journey across Europe, which is quite an interesting way of doing things, because the vehicle, as the name suggests, is not exactly high-tech or particularly reliable. So because this is only like very, very early access, once you've done a couple of the days, that's kind of all there is. You can come back to the start. You keep all of the upgrades that you have on the vehicle. You can keep the condition of all of the parts on the vehicle as well. And I believe you keep all of your money, etc. So this one, after a couple of days of driving, we have got a fair bit of damage on the engine. The air filter is not too bad. The fuel tank is okay. What have we got broken? The ignition coil has got broken, and the batteries are slightly bit unhealthy. We could probably do with a new battery. Do we have one over here? And you've got to basically kind of keep this vehicle maintained, keep it running for your journey. Of course, the longer you're going, further you go, the harder it is. And there is only a limited amount of boot space as well, so you've got to pick and choose what bits you bring with you. It's like a fascinating sort of balancing act, really, this lot. Okay, so we're going to get the battery out. I don't really want to take that out because that's in... that's a slightly bigger water tank than normal. Oh no, we don't want that. We can keep the air filter because the air filter was a half-decent condition part. You can carry 3 bits at a time, as I am doing here. So let's just go and drop all of this lot. Stock engine. Right, so we haven't got an upgraded engine. We may as well put a new one. I mean, this makes Car Mechanic Simulator look even complicated. It's literally there's sort of 3 or 4 parts. Or 5 or so parts to the engine. It's it's not you can just kind of drop them all and stick them in. It's not the most realistic of things imaginable, but it does actually do a pretty good job of getting across what it wants to. Kind of the aspects of trying to keep the whole thing alive for the journey. Now I'm just swapping out these parts because I can, because I've got the bits here to replace them. You can repair them, which I will be doing with that. Actually, I might keep the water tank. I'm not sure I'm going to be bothered with repairing the water tank just yet. How are we doing fuel? 7 out of 10 litres. It's not too terrible. This is the little repair kit that you are going to probably be buying a fair amount of these. They have three uses, I believe, to repair parts, and each use repairs 1 durability. It's worthwhile having one of these on you at all times, so we'll stick that in the boot. How are we doing our wheels wise? Have we got there's on 1 durability? Yeah, okay. I mean, they're not in perfect condition. We might swap out a couple of them. So you've got to take this jack with you if you want to undo the wheels, and of course you've got to sort of pick and choose. You've only got so much space inside the boot here, so you've got to pick and choose what bits you take with you. I would recommend taking the jack with you. However, if for whatever reason you've changed your mind or you want to go for something else, you can leave it back, but you're likely to get in trouble. And we will take this and put the wheel back on this side. We'll put that, drop that, and then we'll drop the car. I love how vicious as well. It just it drops the car. I just don't care. Just absolutely throw the car on the floor near enough. Right, you can go back in there, and we'll get off this wheel as well. I mean, the front ones, I think we're on 2 durability. These can just stay here because I don't care about them. So we'll leave the front ones. We won't bother changing them. We will. I guess we could take the tyres and sell them if we come to a shop somewhere, even if they are in awful condition. It's going to take up boot space that I don't really have, so we'll stick that back there. We will take out the jack. You can go back in the boot. Now, the engine is a 2-stroke engine, I believe. Yes, it is. Small 2-stroke engine. So you have got to mix in the oil and the fuel. So you can see there it's got optimum oil mix now. You can, like, if you don't have any oil, you can, be running it just with fuel, but you'll do accelerated damage to the engine and so on. It's you've got to kind of balance all of these little bits and pieces, which I find quite fascinating, and it's a nice change. It's a little bit of a different driving game. I'm going to have this fuel can. I'm going to bring that with me. Because you never know when you might want might need a little bit more fuel. What I think I am going to, I don't think I can sell those actually. I was going to carry that in the boot just so I could sell it when we got to a petrol station, but I'm not sure that we can. We may as well bring a spare wheel. We spent all day preparing my car here. Yeah, it's gone to night. How long I've spent just showing off the kind of the preparing of the vehicle. I think I'm in pretty good place here. We've got everything that we could possibly need in here. We've got oil, water. We might as well bring the water thing. Not that the water thing I think is used for clearing the windscreen, and I don't think I've ever actually used it as such. It's not, as far as I'm aware, it's not sort of coolant and so on. Yeah, it's used to clean the windshield, and I've never actually used it. So there we go. Right. That's everything. Those tyres can kind of just hang about. Oopsie, we don't. We'll take that along in the door handle, sure. Right, and then we are going to now finally be ready to go. Okay, our route is set. The keys are up there. It does work. There's lots of little details. Most things are clickable, and most things you can do stuff with, which I absolutely love. Right, we shall turn on the car. Now we are going to want some headlights. There we go, and we will get underway. And now we have the driving part. Now the actual driving itself, oh good god, the car does understeer quite a lot. As you can imagine, this is not exactly the most sophisticated of vehicles. It's a little bit of a bugger to get around corners, especially, I say we're travelling at higher speeds. This thing tops out about 90 kilometers an hour. It's certainly the standard vehicle. As you go through the game, you will get upgrades. You can buy new engines and new bits and pieces for it, so I'm going to assume you can travel a hell of a lot faster. The standard car that I've been driving here will top out at about 90 when everything is in pristine condition. So, yeah, it's not exactly a fast vehicle. It's not exactly a good turning vehicle either. There's a mile of understeer, and, yeah, it doesn't really get around corners particularly well. We do have to watch out for other vehicles. There are other cars around here. There we go. I can actually spy one. Sometimes you can go quite a while without seeing anything, but there are other vehicles around on the roads. I may have clipped the inside of the roundabout a little bit there. It's not too happy with me when I do that sort of stuff. Yeah, you got to watch out for these other vehicles. They tend not to really care what you're doing. I've sort of pulled over to the side of the road a few times to kind of fix up vehicle and pick up some stuff, and they will just drive straight into the back of you. So, yeah, watch out for them. The passenger, essentially, whatever relation he is to us, kind of gives us a little bit of a story of kind of where we're heading to. And so on. How are we doing on fuel? We're down to about half a tank of fuel. We have still got that the whole can in the boot, and this route we are hoping to get to a petrol station. Now, at the start I said that this has got randomly generated routes. So this route I haven't done this one before. Ooh, stuff to pick up. It's locked though. I don't know how to unlock them, so they're gonna have to stay there. I'll get to that sort of stuff in a minute. Yeah, the routes are You know, while we have the options from the 3 different ones from the book, the actual road that we drive down is completely randomly generated. So, for example, the first stage tends to be on autobahns. The second stage tends to go off-road a little bit. I think that's just kind of showing off what the game is capable of. Whether there are more variants that I haven't actually seen yet, it's quite possible. I have no doubt there will be as the game progresses through development. We are going to head towards the petrol station that I believe was this way. It's got very, very dark out here, but okay. Yeah, so there's essentially sort of limitless driving roads. I have seen some very, very impressive sort of mountainy dual carriageways that are really rather cool to drive down. We're probably going to get dull motorway the entire way, but you can have some impressive, interesting views. And again, I have no doubt as the game sort of goes through development, we'll get more and more interesting in the way of terrain. Right, we have come to a petrol station. And we will turn the car off. And yes, I know how to get to the engine. I've already done it once. There we go. I've already done it many times, in fact. Actually, a relatively smooth sailing drive. No major problems. Now, the little boxes that I briefly stopped for, they contain items that you can sell at this petrol station. So, for example, if we go into the boot of our vehicle, let's say this tyre, you see how it says buy 50, sell for 20. The little boxes you find around contain all sorts of different stuff that you can sell, and each of these petrol stations has a random selection of goods inside that you can potentially buy. I think this is supposed to be for cleaning off, like there we go, yeah, it is for cleaning off the mud on the car. If it gets muddy, I think you can lose visibility as well. I will eventually finish what I was saying. There's so much stuff to be distracted by on this game, it's fantastic. Yeah, you basically find stuff around on the side of the road that you then sell at the petrol stations, and that's how you make enough money to keep everything running smoothly. It works pretty well, actually. There are containers, the ones that I drove past, the reason I didn't stop for them, are ones that are padlocked shut, and I have no idea how to unlock the padlocks. I assume it's something that you have to find to, like a crowbar or something, to unlock them. There are other ones that are taped up, which you can just take the tape off, and then that's fine. So they're the ones that I've been making a bit of money with in my previous playthrough of this. We will just go and top up the oil while we are here. There we go. Car's actually in pretty good nick at the moment, which is nice for once. Car is doing pretty well. We'll take the toolkit out. Let's just have a quick look. Do we need to repair anything? So carburetor has taken 1 durability damage. The fuel tank has taken 1 as well. The engine is engine's on 2. It's just wear over time. I don't know. Oh, the front wheel has taken a little bit. I don't know if, like, I tend to just go flat out everywhere. I don't know if you're more cautious, whether that actually affects things, whether that makes the durability go down slower. We might as well do the engine as well while we are here. Okay, maybe I have more uses of this than I realised. It's possible. Well, we might as well stick this back in the boot. We'll save that for later. Now we're going to go and pay for our petrol, so we will climb in the car and get our wallet over here. Now you start off with, oopsie, didn't mean to do that. You start off with 100 currency. I don't know what currency is used over here. Excuse me, what currency are we using? We're in Germany in the 90s. In fact, it's 1990, I think. I don't know what currency it would have been. Yeah, we start off with 100. As I said, you spend currency on fuel, on repair kits for your vehicle, but you make money by selling stuff. And I so happened to find a crate full of wine that I sold here for a fair amount of money, which is why I'm actually doing relatively well. Each of these shops randomly generated items inside it. We didn't use our fuel can, did we, to fill up the vehicle, so that's okay. You know, we don't actually really need a huge amount. We could buy some new tyres for the front, and I'm not massively fussed about that. Oh, we smacked ourselves with the door. I think did we top up the water, or did we take the water bottle with us? We might have done, so no need for any of that. We've got plenty of oil. We don't actually need anything. It's been a relatively nice journey. I don't know if, so for example, oh, crap, I didn't actually want to pick them up. I wanted to have a look at them, how much they cost. Oh, there we go. I don't know. I'm going to have to go run back out to the car to get my wallet again. I don't know whether these prices vary from country to country, so whether you can buy a bunch cheaply in one place and then go to the next country over and sell it for a lot more, whether that's a way of making money. Potentially could be, and certainly there are some border crossings where certain stuff is illegal, and if you have that inside your car when you get searched, you will get a fine. So you've got all of these things to worry about. One of the slight things that currently irks me is this whole running backwards and forwards to your bloody car. So you only press Q, you drop whatever you are holding. Now, if it's bits and pieces, that tyre does not look particularly healthy back there. Maybe it's just mud. Yeah, if it's items, like the tyres or bits of the car, you drop that and it'll just drop wherever it is. The wallet, it'll always kind of teleport itself back to the car, so you can't lose it, which is useful. However, I don't know if there is a way. I don't think there is a way to. We'll just pay our $6 for the fuel, and we will be on our way. I don't know whether there is a way to cycle through the held items so you can keep the wallet on you, and like if you want to drop other stuff and not have the wallet teleport back to the car. There might be a way. I haven't found one yet, and yeah, I end up doing many trips back to my motor vehicle because I've left the bloody all the things teleported itself back. But yeah, that's always fun. Right, we have full on fuel. We have got I think we've still got the fuel can in the boot. Right. We shall head out of here. The car is viciously fast, accelerating in the initial accelerating in reverse has got me into so much trouble in this when trying to do tight manoeuvring. I know we've gone a little bit wide. Calm down, we're fine. Oh, now we're going quite a lot bit wide. Never mind. I wonder if we're going to find any of the interesting crates for the remainder of our journey. I don't know. Oh, please turn, car. The tyres do talk about kind of off-road a little bit. I do wonder if there is going to be specific tyres for better off-road driving, so whether you can kit your car out to fare better when it comes to the off-road sections. Again, that is a possibility. I haven't seen any yet. It might not be in at this stage, but that could be a very interesting sort of little thing for... Oh, yeah, okay, I bumped the barrier that time. That was my bad. Sorry. I mean, the car's not exactly in great nick, but could probably do without crashing the vehicle. This game, while at the moment, very early access and so on, it's got a hell of a lot of potential. Perhaps some of the most potential I've seen from one of these little indie driving games in a long time, because it is just something that little bit different that we haven't really seen. Kind of this long distance, it's almost an adventure drive, this one, very much about sort of keeping the car going and trying to upgrade the car and whatnot. I think it's a really interesting idea, and it's so well done. All the little details on the vehicles. Okay, yeah, it is simplified in that there are only sort of 6 engine parts, but it's the fact that you can go wander around the engine and you pull bits and pieces off, and all the little switches and so on that work inside here and in the shops, and all of the roads are randomly generated stuff. I think is really very, very cool. Now, I want to put on I want to put on the windscreen wipers, but in doing so, I don't want to now suddenly have a crash. Are you? No. I think that's supposed to be. I think down there is supposed to be the window washer thing, but it doesn't seem to work. So we're just going to have to go driving with mud covering the windscreen. There's not a huge amount that I can do about that. Yeah, I'm not sure if the switch doesn't work or whether I actually need to put more water into the water thing that I have in the car. Not sure. I'm also not doing very well at holding my lane. I am driving on a keyboard. There is kind of some controller support at the moment, but it's not amazing. So yeah, I am currently driving with the keyboard, which is less than ideal. I mean, it's just a little fiddly trying to hold lanes with the with the very much analog keyboard steering. I've driven this game. I've driven a fair few times, and I've never had this problem with the window becoming completely and utterly covered in mud. I should have stolen that bucket from the petrol station. I really should have done that. Oh, okay, we're all coming to a stop here. I can't see a thing. It's dark enough as it is just outside, but I can't see anything now. Well, okay, we've just about got. Ooh, careful now. Well, maybe start. Well, this is an interesting way of doing it. I think a little narrow here. Oh, another neat little feature. I'll show you. Okay, so we can wind down the. Oh, we've got to go because we've got to skip out the talking. We can wind down the window. and when you do that, all of the sounds like the car engine noises and so on get louder. It's just little things like that that give me a lot of hope for this game being really something very, very special when it is finished. Now we are into the city. The city is randomly generated as well. You can get some fairly dull layouts. There have been some fairly interesting ones as well. Oh, come on, please get turned. The car's not quite ideally suited to going around here. What have we got over here? There are various shops as well around in this. What are you? You look like a... Aha! You are the Lakia shop. Right, we'll go and explore here since we're here and since I'm only going to be doing this sort of first part of the journey. We might as well go and show you the upgrade shop. Should I take the wallet while I'm here? Probably a good idea if I want to buy anything, and because we are quite well off with money now. I don't know whether if you like explore the towns on foot, whether you can find any hidden bits and pieces. On some of the journey, in one of the journeys I had anyway, I found an abandoned car, which is where I got that upgraded water tank. That was from an abandoned car that I slightly pilfered bits off. Hello there. I love how everything's open all times a day. Let's have a look at the manual. So here we can go and buy new parts for our car. So we can buy... I don't know what the difference is. Engines... squash engines? I don't know what a squash engine... Are these sort of different manufacturers of engine, potentially? So you can get more powerful engines. There's a lot of parts as well. I also love that the highest tier parts are black and orange, which is fantastic. I want to buy them. I really do. And then we can get much larger fuel tanks, which is good for, you don't have to stop as often. Carburetors... air filters, and there's a lot of little bits and pieces on here, which is quite nice. We can get better batteries, we can get better water tanks, and we can get some extras. Ooh, do we? How much money have we got? I've only got like 280. We could get some bull bars and stick that on the front of the car. Push them out of the way, reduce damage. That could be quite useful. I'm kind of tempted to go for an upgraded engine. We've got 280. Ooh, which one do we? Okay, we can't really afford. I guess we could go for a black and orange engine. It's 140. I guess it's the... maybe these are all the same engines, just in different colours. I thought they got gradually more powerful. Maybe it's just colouring, potentially. Okay, fine. Let's go for one of these then. Let's go for a slightly upgraded engine. We'll go for a green naked engine. Yes. Let us go and order. I don't know how long it takes to order because I've not done these upgrades yet. Well done. That is some efficiency there, chaps. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Right, if we press Q, does that close? Okay, it closes the book and drops the wallet. The order I'm hoping is going to come. Aha! It has. It's right there. Look at that. 20 kilometers an hour to top speed. Awesome, we might be able to get to 100. No, not quite. Actually, yeah, we should probably get to 100 kilometers an hour. Well, hey, and then we can pop the bonnet and get out of here. Right, we will. Oh dear, let's remove that first. Get the engine out. Don't mind me, I'm just going to leave some bits here, okay? It's fine. I'm not going to abandon completely. Right, new engine. There we go. You can go in there. Air filter. You can go on top, and now we have a better engine. This one, I don't know if we can sell it or not. Let's go have a look, see if there's space in the boot to keep it until... if we take that out, can we... no, we can't, okay. So that engine's kind of probably just going to have to be abandoned. Sir, would you like an engine that's been slightly used? It's a little bit muddy. Would you like it? Can I sell you an engine? I don't think I can somehow. Can I get rid of my old crap? I'd probably have to go and find a shop somewhere. Okay, we might... You know what? You keep it. I don't want it anymore. Just abandon it in here. I don't know whether it can be sold at a petrol station or not. Possibly. It doesn't say it has a value on it, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't. Right, let's get back in this horrible, muddy mobile. There might be a petrol station. So the way that this game is broken down, each journey... each part of the journey... Oh, I've got to click on the steering wheel before I take control of the car. Each part of the journey is kind of supposed to take you a day, and when you get to the town, you're going to go to the motel, have a sleep, and then the next day you will cross the border to the next part and, continue on. Oh, It will get some turning eventually. Right, so that was a dealership. I'm hoping there's going to be a petrol station somewhere around here, because they often have like the car cleaning stuff. And I might try stealing their bucket as well while we're here. There's the motel. Yeah, okay, we found the motel. We'll go stay there in a minute. I want to go to the petrol station. That does look like a petrol station there. Auto shop. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, don't crash into the barrier. Right, well, this does not seem to have a bucket and sponge anywhere. Please have one inside. Would be quite nice if I could clean my vehicle. We'll have a little bit of a wander. You can wander around, and like if your car runs out of fuel, I have had this happen a couple of times. Your car runs out of fuel, and there's a petrol station around the corner. You know, you can just go wander off to the petrol station, get the can, and bring it back and fill your car up, and so on. I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure there are going to be plenty of ways to just completely fail. Like, you can run out of fuel, and there not be any way to, like, no petrol stations on your route, and then you're stuck. Ooh, crowbar! I needed one of them. Yes, I will take you. We're not going to have very much money after all this. We need $30 for that, so let's go get the wallet again. There's nothing to clean my car here, is there? Bugger. Yeah, there's... I got completely distracted because I can now buy a crowbar. Fantastic. Money here. Yep, we're going to go buy a crowbar. I'm going to be quite poor after all of that, but I'm hoping it's going to have been worth it. Yeah, I completely and utterly lost my train of thought. There we go. Money. I will take that. Fantastic. Right, let's drop the wallet, teleport it back. Now, crowbar. If I drop it... Okay, right, it does just fall. It's not going to teleport to the vehicle, so I'm hoping... Ah, fantastic. It all fits in there nicely. A little bit of space management is required as well to balance, you know, what you can fit in the boot as well. So, yeah, it's... I really like this game. There's certainly a hell of a lot of potential. While at the moment it is very early access, there is only sort of so many... there's only a couple of border crossings that you can get to before it'll kind of reset you and you start the journey again. There is so much potential with it. The little details of the thing, the fact that just about everything is clickable, openable, and so on is really rather neat. The vehicle driving physics at times is a little heavy, but you know, let's not forget this is supposed to be a terrible wreckmobile. You know, the game is called Jalopy. You're not expecting a sports car handling vehicle, so yeah, at times there is. It can be a little awkward to get through, especially some of the narrower roads. But that's perhaps to be expected with the sort of vehicle that it is. Just got to kind of be aware. Little fiddly on a keyboard. I think there is controller support on the way though. Probably be much better to drive when you have got a controller plugged in. Yeah, there we go. We have made it to the hotel with our very muddy wreckmobile. I've done a fair few drives and I've never got it this bad. Never got it this muddy at all. But yeah, I would really highly recommend this game. I think it is a hell of a lot of fun and an incredible amount of potential. Just these first kind of couple of bits, I spent a fair few hours messing about with these first couple of bits, and yeah, it's really rather good. It is currently $7.99 on Steam. I did get sent a key for this one from the developers, so thank you very much for that. It is definitely worth £8 though. You will definitely get a lot of fun out of it. It's just something a little bit different and. Well, a little bit different, and with cars. What more could I ask for? Yeah, a really rather cool little adventure that's going to get better and better over time. Anyway, that is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We shall go and get our room. We're in 1B. Thank you for the key. Yeah, it changes what room you're in every time as well, because it gives you a randomly assigned room, which is, again, pretty nifty. Just all about sort of the random generated stuff. And, oh, we can't click on these bits. Disappointing. But yeah, that is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye. And goodbye from our terribly muddy Jalopy.